In this video we're going to quickly go through the hypothesis discerned by Gerald Massey, Renee Schweller de Lubitz, and Dorothy Murdock that the story of Jesus dying or being crucified on a cross between two thieves originated from the zodiac symbol of Horus, the oldest Egyptian sun god. So here is a falcon on the cross, or spring equinox crossing of the sun through the celestial equator at the 0-hour circle occurring on March 30th, or Easter, shown above two thieves, a baboon symbolic of the sunrise and a jackal symbolic of the sunset. From the geocentric point of view, wherein the earth is or was presumed to be at the center of the universe in Egyptian times, on March 30th the earth is shown here looking towards the sun, and the sun perceptually or conceptually seems to be moving through the constellations of the zodiac. So for example, when the earth is over here between September and December, the sun seems to be in the location of the scorpion. So in Egyptian mythology there's the story of Horus being stung by a scorpion, dying, and then being resurrected by his wife or his mother Isis with the help of the moon, or the power of the moon god Thoth and the sun god Ra. So as the sun moves through various constellations, various stories were conceived by the Egyptians. For example, when the sun gets to the constellation of the water carrier, shown here, called the Aquarius by the Greeks, or John the Baptist by the Romans, symbolic of the initiating or the Nile River flood. This is the constellation or sign that precedes the sun moving into the sign of the fishes, which occurs on March 30th during the vernal or spring equinox, wherein, as we see, there's a cross between or through the sun, the vertical cross or ordinate corresponding to the 0-hour circle, and the horizontal cross correlating to the celestial equator, at which point there is an equal number of night hours, 12 hours, and 12 hours of daylight hours. And if you go to Dendera Temple, built in 100 BC, if you look at the zodiac, you will see Horus, the sun god, shown at the spring equinox position, seated above on, symbolic of the baboon, or the moon god Thoth, and Anubis, symbolic of the animal, the jackal, or the water bringer Aquarius, or John the Baptist, depending. So just as Jesus has to be baptized prior to being crucified between two thieves, or the sun passing through the water constellation prior to the spring equinox, so too in the original version, Horus, shown as a falcon who carries the sun in the sky on its head through the constellations, passes through the Anubis constellations, as the Egyptians phrased things, prior to being shown at the crossing or cross of the passage of the sun through the equator or through the zodiac, passing through the celestial equator and the 0-hour circle. The thieves conceptualized here in Christianity, being symbolic in story form according to the Egyptian model that the light of the sun was stolen and given to the moon. Hence, when the light of the sun decreases, the light of the moon increases. And according to Dorothy, Murdock, baboons and jackals, as she points out, are notorious food thieves in Egypt.